Alright guys, welcome back to another live stream. Weekly challenges. Week 4 we're going to check out. There's a new time challenge, or time trial challenge, I believe in the R8. We're going to check that out. So yeah, welcome to the live stream. Welcome back to the PDX Sim channel. I am PDX Sim. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hit the like and subscribe. If you're into sim racing and GT7, welcome. Driver for the PDX Sim team. Check us all out. PDX Jimbo Racer on YouTube, Coach Mike, PDX Vogues 55 on the YouTube, Jermaine. I don't think Jermaine's on the YouTubes, or Varial. Those are the other two drivers, 6 drivers deep. Check out the Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast. If you like sim racing and GT7 and motorsports, you'll have fun with the podcast. Myself, Jimbo, Coach Mike, and Todd, PDX Vogues. I'll do the podcast. We are sponsoring Season 6 of NRL on McNaughty's channel, the NRL League. So if you haven't checked that out, check that out, which I'm going to guess you probably already have. Fun leagues. We'll be sponsoring Season 6 starting up this fall. Starting in September, we got a full lineup of guys from the NRL League that will be joining us. McNaughty will be joining us for an episode, and a bunch of other guys. So we got that lined up for September going into October, so you're not going to want to miss the podcast. And if you subscribe and hit the notification bell on this channel, you'll be notified every Monday when a new episode of the podcast goes live. So yeah, new episodes every Monday. We appreciate it. Get it wherever you get your podcast. It's a fun time. You won't regret it. I want to give a big shout out to everyone in Australia that listens to the pod, because the last 5 episodes of the pod, Australia is within 5% of taking the top spot, number 1 from the U.S. They are currently number 2, Australia. Really close to taking the number 1 spot for listeners of the podcast. So thank you guys so much. Australia is the shit. And I would love to visit there someday. Would love to. Big fans of GT7. PDX Sim Shop I started developing, and it is ready for launch and is going to go live Friday, August 29th. So there'll be a link in the description down below for the podcast and the PDX Sim Shop. We're going to have merch, so hoodies for the podcast and everything else, t-shirts, mugs, all kinds of cool stuff. GT7 inspired merch. There's going to be a GT7 Scapes collection that I'm excited about. Got some pretty cool shots that I'm trying to make work on a shirt that looks dope, I think. So I'll be teasing some of those coming soon. New designs up on the YouTube channel in the post section or on my Instagram. So check that out, PDX Sim Racer on the Instagram. So appreciate that. I'll stop rambling now, because I believe that. Oh, November, Gran Turismo World Series live event in LA in November. Jimbo and I will be attending that. I will be filming. We're going to be meeting up with McNaughty himself. Get to see him in person and a bunch of other drivers, and just get to check out the live event. I've been wanting to go to one of these live events for a long time. Always watch them. Hopefully get to meet Jimmy, the GOAT. Jimmy Broadbent is one of the goals. Maybe sneak in and get to ask Kaz a question or two. So that would be dope if we can get a hold of him and somehow get some answers out of him. I believe there's a new update coming. I'm out of the loop a little bit on that. Todd posted something on our Instagram on X, how they show the silhouettes of the 3 upcoming cars, and they kind of look interesting. It doesn't look like any SUVs, so I'm stoked about that. No SUVs, so yeah, can't wait for that update. Hopefully we get a race car, at least one. I doubt it, but the street cars that are coming look pretty sweet, so we will see what happens with the new update. And yeah, we're gonna kick this week 4 of weekly challenges. Sorry, I just got a notification. Just checking my phone real quick. Yep. All right, cool. So yeah, let's go check out week 4's weekly challenges. I like doing these. It's fun. Get to drive a bunch of different cars. Been having fun with this week's Daily Race C at Interlagos. I was hoping to get I've been racing on my second account at Interlagos. Was able to get down to 33.0. I know I can get into the 32s near Shrek here, our buddy from Florida. There's Toby one. He was on the podcast last week. That was a great episode. Check him out. Let's see. Hako was fucking. There's Hako. We got Z28. Tinsley on top of the board. And Tinsley's VR Mafia. I'm gonna have a VR Mafia collection coming out for the merch as well. But yeah, Tinsley's in part of that VR Mafia, and he's in the top spot in VR. Then we got Z, Hako, fucking super quick, and look at Todd in VR as well. Look at that in the Ferrari 32.5. Plaka, gotta love Plaka. And look at Lester's usually up here on my list, and now he's down here. So, Stoosman Brown, love that guy. Check him out. I don't think RL has done any of these this week, but ooh, I haven't seen Marshall in a while. Vengeful in VR2, Coach Mike's VR2, a lot of PS VR2 users, part of the VR Mafia. One of our listeners came up with that. I think we were saying, I was saying like the VR gang or something. He's like VR Mafia, and I was like, I like that better. Yeah, he's a part of that. VR is getting huge. A lot more guys racing in VR, which I love. It's the only way to race is in VR. But yeah, go check out Stoosman. Check out RL. He mainly streams in the evening time. Usually watch him when I'm going to bed. The Late Show with RL. So that's always fun. Check him out. Of course, Plaka, Hako. Z is now, I think, Zector 1. He rebranded his channel and everything. So yeah, it's been good times on Interlagos. And then we got a new TT. I'm looking kind of forward to this. I got to try and get the TT down. The Nürburgring GP TT is fun in that RX-7. That's a good time. Been able to 205.9. I know I can get down into the gold. Look, 204.9's gold. And I'm at a 205. I need to find a way to shave at least 1.2 seconds off. I'm going to get 1.2. I don't know how these guys are doing 201.4s. It's a tough one. I found out I was holding the gears out too long. I need to shift a little sooner. And then the new one is Dragon Trail Gardens in the R8, which will be fun. So I want to do some of that. Love the R8. Love Audi. So big Audi fam. It'll be hitting into F1 proper next year. Doing pretty good. Still under the stake brand, but Audi's going to do pretty good. Hopefully, and Cadillac is going to do really good. And if you want to hear more about F1, check out the Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast, because I know we'll be talking about that in this Monday's episode. So check that out. But let's head over to the weekly challenges. Let's go check these out, guys. Let's go check these out. I'm excited. I just enjoy doing these for some reason. And a lot of times it's hit and miss. You know, some weeks are really good, some weeks are okay. But looking at this week right now, we got the FF Challenge, the Japanese FF Challenge at Auto Topless, one of my favorite courses, but it is the short course. So we'll check that out. Porsche Cup at Laguna. You already kind of know what I'm going to be using for that, probably the GT3 RS. And then we got the Evo meetings. We'll be driving these Evos. I love the Evo. Always when the Subaru early 2000s, when the Evos were coming out, the 8 and the 9s, and the Subaru WRX were kind of like head to head in that competition market right there for a while. I always liked the Evo more than the Subi. I always wanted it. My favorite Evo was the Evo 9. I wanted an Evo 9. And then the Evo 10 Final Edition came out, and that thing was sick. And I want to say that was one of the first cars with the paddles and the dual clutch, was that Evo 10. That car was sick. I always wanted one of those. I'd like to still get one of those. Evo 10 and an Evo 9. There's a lot of cars I would love to get, but that's the wonderful thing about Gran Turismo. I can own these cars. And with BR, no maintenance, no fuel costs, no insurance costs. A lot of those costs go out the door. And if I want to go on a Sunday drive, put the headset on, you feel like you're in the car. You just don't get the movement, but you can still have fun and drive these cars. So, yeah, I look forward to those. And then at Ferrari 812 Superfast, Trial Mountain. That looks fun. You always love driving Ferraris, so that'll be a good one. And then World Touring Car 800 at Monza. Damn, this week looks like a banger of a week. So it looks fun. So let's hop into this first race. I'm gonna get the headset on. We'll hop into the first race of these challenges and let's knock these out. Let's do this. So hit the like and subscribe. Appreciate it. And I'm gonna get the headset on. We're gonna jump into race one. And kind of thinking already the car I'm going to use. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Headset, gloves are on. Let's get into the first race. Also, Gamescom was, I believe, this past weekend. All the videos are starting to come out. There's a lot of cool stuff, guys. I don't know if the sim market is going to expand so much, and we're going to hit, I think, a lot of people were saying we've already hit their peak. Sim racing hit the peak, and I think we haven't even gotten close to hitting the peak. It's only getting more popular. Now, mostly all the brands are all direct drive wheelbases, which is amazing. And there's so many brands now coming with entry-level bundles for sim racing. So the base, wheel, and pedal sets, a lot more affordable for people to get into it on a budget. More cockpits coming out that are budget friendly to get started. And Azatec just put out a bundle that's upgradable. So, you can get a new wheel. You could upgrade the pedals. If you want to, it comes with just a basic brake, but if you want to upgrade to a load cell or hydraulic, you can, and keep the same pedal set. You just buy the hydraulic set and you add it to the set. So that's pretty cool that those things are upgradable. And then Moza, damn, man, they're coming out with some cool shit. I wish they would come to PlayStation, proper PlayStation. They have an Xbox, I believe, compatible. Azatec is going to be PC and Xbox. A lot of them are going the Xbox route. I'm thinking that's an easier route. But Xbox doesn't have that much great sim racing. It's mainly Forza, which sucks and pretty much dead. They do have ACC, but I heard that doesn't run that great. I heard it runs the best on the Series X. And then you got Project Motor Racing come out pretty soon in November, so that'll be another good title. LMU is supposed to be coming out for consoles, but who knows when that's coming out. And also Assetto Corsa Evo is supposed to be coming out for consoles for at some point, not sure when, but then I mean the only really big one for Xbox that's coming up I would think would be Project Motor Racing. So yeah, they're getting a lot more. And then Revo Sim came out with a fairly budget-friendly new bundle for consoles, and they have a PlayStation branded one, so there's another player on the PlayStation side, because I mean pretty much we got Fanatec, Logitech, Thrustmaster with theirs, and then this Revo Sim with their direct drive. And I want to say the Thrustmaster direct drive setup is the ugliest. I don't like the way it looks at all. Their wheelbase is ugly as shit. I'm not a big Thrustmaster fan for some reason. Never really could get into them. I would love for Moza's got some great looking direct drives. Those things are sweet, and their wheels are amazing, and they have that active pedal. So I would love for Moza to be able to get into the PlayStation world and come this way. Because if I ever jump ship, I have all Fanatec stuff. If I ever jump ship from Fanatec, I would want to go Moza. That would be the route I'd want to go. But they're not licensed with PlayStation, so I don't. Logitech's another. I would say Fanatec, Logitech are the top two. Definitely, and I'd say Thrustmaster. But yeah, a lot of new cockpits, wheelbases, wheels, pedals coming out. And then we got the Sim Racing Expo here in America coming up in a couple weeks. Hopefully Todd will get to go. So yeah, a lot of exciting things in the sim racing world, and a lot of titles coming more to PlayStation. And if they come to PlayStation and get the PSVR 2 compatibility with these new sim racing games like Project Motor Racing, LMU, and those kinds of, and the new Assetto Corsa Evo, if we can get PSVR 2, dude, I'm telling you, PS5 Pro with VR, and you have a setup, the easiest plug and play setup and budget friendly that you can go VR sim racing. It's the best bang for your buck, because to get the best quality and all the gear and all the shit to do PC and build a PC, oh man, you're thousands and thousands of dollars. 8,000 compared to probably $3 to get a good setup on PlayStation. I built mine over the years, little by little, getting this, getting that, just kind of, you got to save your money for things you want. I think last Christmas, I got the Porsche wheel, and then or maybe that was not last Christmas, but the Christmas before. I think last Christmas was I had earned enough bonus money from work that I got the Pro. So I used my bonus money from work, so I didn't have to use any of my other money that I used for bills. It was a bonus, wasn't expecting it. So I used that to upgrade my PlayStation, and I'm glad I did. So, yeah, just shit like that. So, all right, guys, enough of me. I had a lovely Ghost energy drink, so that's why I'm rambling like a fool. Do love those things, but let's pick a car here. I don't have a minute. I'm going with the Civic Type R. Do I do white, red? Should we let's do the HRC livery Civic Type R. Let's see what I got on this thing. I think she's pretty much stock. Yeah. She's stock. Super, sports softs. So we're gonna go on this auto topless short course. 2 laps, FF, Japanese. I would love to own one of these Type R's in real life too. My goal is eventually I'd love to open up a real shop detailing, PPF, vinyl wraps, window tinting, shit like that. Ooh, nice time of day. I got a message too the other day from someone asking if I had raced on the base PS5 and raced on that thing for a long time. Oh shit! Wait, you pop out, god damn. And asked me if I had raced on that before switching to the Pro, and I told him I did, and he asked if there's a big difference, and actually there kind of was. When I made sure before I switched to do some racing on the base first, then made the switch, and then went right into racing after the switch, and the picture is a lot more clear. It's not as grainy. It runs a lot smoother, and the color's a lot more vivid. It's not like switching, you realize how dull and faded the coloring is on the on the base PS5. And there's a lot more clipping in some of the scenery, especially far back where the mountains are. On certain courses like Brands Hatch, you get a huge clip in the background and you could see it. And with the Pro, none of that. None of that. So yeah, Pro is, I think, definitely worth it. And two, I went back and forth because I wanted the disc drive and everything to go with it, because I already own the disc copy of Gran Turismo. But the disc drive to add to the Pro that thing was $90 or something, and it was sold out, so you couldn't get it. So I said, you know what I'm gonna do? A lot of my games are digital now anyway. So I said screw it and just repurchased Gran Turismo digitally and got the digital version because it was cheaper than buying the disc drive. So I did that instead, and I haven't regretted it yet, because I still have my base PS5 that I had bought with the disc drive. So that's my PS4 is out of commission. Kind of put that as just kind of a showpiece. And I use my base PS5 with the disc drive for playing old PS4 games that I have that are disc. I just slip them in there and I'm able to play those games if I want. And yeah, it's great. Best of both worlds. Alright, there's the first one done. Alright, that was quick. Try and get gold on all of these. That's the goal, and the challenge is to get gold on all these. Yeah, look at that thing. That thing's sweet. That thing is sweet. Yeah, there'll be a link to the PDX Sim Shop down below. Goes live Friday, August 29th. After a couple more races, I will release a early access code to get into the site to check it out before it goes live, and to make any purchases if you want. Really excited. Got some cool collections coming. A lot of cool shirt designs for sim racers. And I hope you guys like it. And yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited. Can't wait for the GT7 Scapes collection. Those are if they turn out, man, those things are gonna be sweet. A lot of cool ideas, shirts. So I'll be teasing those on my YouTube post section and to get some feedback on those. So yeah, stay tuned for those so you can let me know what you think. Get some feedback and everything. And two, once the shop goes live, and if you get in early access, everything is 10% off. Everything will be 10% off. So you're not going to want to miss the sale, because after 2 weeks, the sale will go away up until the holiday season approaches, and then we'll put another sale. So, all right, let's get into race 2. Porsche Cup, baby. At Laguna, one of my favorite tracks. What do we want to drive? I really like this. The GT3 is badass too. 650 or less too. So we got the GT3 RS. We got the GT3. I drive the GT3 RS a lot. This 918 Spider's dope. I think we're gonna go with the let's go with just the GT3. 2016 GT3. 991. Let's do this. Oh, we got it. We got an 01, 2016, and 09. Alright, let's go with this. So yeah, we're sitting right there at that mark. So kind of sport mediums. So we'll have to ride with that. Laguna in the Porsches. Sign me up. 5 laps of glory. Especially with just having car week down in Monterey. This would have been a great daily race A. Right here. Daily race A. Alright, here we go, guys. Wish me luck. Ooh, little bump, squeezing me out. Come on, bro. Actually, let me know in the comments down below if you guys have seen the channel before, if you like the new camera setup with the green screen, so you don't have my ugly kitchen background. You have me bleeded into the game, which I think is pretty rad. Heading down the corkscrew. Love it in VR because you can see all the elevation changes so good going downhill, uphill. It's easier to, because flat screen you can't really see all that stuff. I mean, you see it, but you don't. I mean, it's just crazy. VR is just another level of immersion that's the best. Like the A-pillar right here with the Alcantara on it, the suede. Dude, it looked, oh shit, suede. Like the materials in this thing the shit's just wild. And for console, it's just amazing. Yeah, it's hard to drive flat screen. I want to make a video with, I got F123 and a set of Corsa Competizione. So I want to make a video with Gran Turismo and VR and then driving those, and be pretty fun. I just don't know how to go about putting that together, so I haven't done it yet. I need to plan something out. I really want to make better content for the channel because my content's not that great, and actually in my opinion it's kind of sucks, but so I gotta get better at that, get better at creating the videos and the content, because mainly just live stream, some shorts, live stream for the most part, videos every now and again, you know. So a lot of people like watching the live reel. I don't want to see too much editing and all that crap. Oh, why are you braking so early? You're in that old Porsche. That's why you got those shitty brakes. After this race, head into the next one, the Evos. That'll be from a Civic Type R to a Porsche to an Evo. Yeah, this is one of my favorite tracks right here. Laguna. Yeah, this, I feel like that's probably Alex Quintana in this blacked out Porsche. I know you guys be watching the Quintana YouTube channel. Love that channel. Love their shop. That's Alex right there. Damn, they slow down a lot for that kink. Turbo S. That car's sweet. My daughter really likes that car. Oh no, oh no. Oh. Ooh. Defending a little bit, huh? I also want to do another GT Sophie series where we do custom races with Sophie. Play around with that. Different cars and final lap. Turbo's fast. Ooh, sliding into me, huh? That's where I'm gonna get him, right here at the kink. Got him. Alright, sweet. 2 gold so far. 2 out of 5 so far. I'm going to put this replay up real quick. I had a energy drink, so you know what that means. I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. So enjoy this replay of race 2, and I will be right back, everybody.
BRB. PDX Sim Shop link https://pdx-sin-shop.fourthwall.com/.
Alright, back. Yeah, Laguna Porsche's fun race. Damn, I almost think this week might be a 5 out of 5. We'll give our rating at the end. Yeah, so go. Oh, yeah, here we go. Evos. And Evo 10 or Evo 9? It doesn't have a suggested PP rating. So these things are looking pretty modified. Alright, so we're gonna have to... what do you guys think? Evo 9 or Evo 10? Vinyl edition. 10 seconds to help me out. What do you think? Kind of thinking the 9. I haven't driven the 9 that much, but I do love the 10. Damn, that's a hard one. I'm gonna go with the 9. I'm going 9. But I think this bitch is stock, so we need to do a few upgrades. And see what we've gotten done to her. 341, it's sitting. Oh, I do have the sports softs. Oh, I got brakes, I got an intercooler. Got a head, exhaust manifold. Alright, so we got, I think let's do a medium turbo upgrade. A little more boost. And then let's do a 1 weight reduction. Actually, let's do 2 weight reductions. And let's do a semi-racing clutch and flywheel. I think that's it. Let's just go with that. Let's go with that and see what happens, everybody. Alright. Evo, I think it's Kyoto Driving Park. Yep. Yeah, my God. Oh my God. Alright, here we go. 3 laps. And, oh, wait. Okay. I almost freaked out for a second. There we go. Have my dirt tires on. Alright. Alright, get the headset on. Let's do this. Pretty sweet music, huh? All right, 3 laps. Big ass track. All right, let's go, Evo. Evo 9, manual. Yep. fine. Did it again. Oh, we're getting sideways. Oh, shit. I don't remember this track. Oh, sorry, Evo. this. I can. Got a third, but we're gonna redo that one. I know I can get first. Want to retry. Getting a little crazy. Oh shit, too much curb.
Like dropped.
Thank you. Oh no. Come on. No! So close. Damn. Oh, fuck. I gotta do that again. I gotta get that first now. Dude, that one was close. Holy shit. Damn. Holy crap. Okay. What do I need to changes here? Damn, that was close. Motherfucker. Damn. Got some baby asses on there. I want Come on. Damn, that was close. No, I'm on the sports softs. AI is on the hardest. Should still be able to fucking. I don't have my Evo 2 turned up. 382 horse, 2,500 pounds, pretty much 2,600 pounds. Some brakes, upgraded turbo. Alright, last try on this one, then we'll move on to the next one. Alright, this is a challenge, it's fun. Doing pretty good for this week. For these weekly challenges. Week 4 of August. Week 4 of August. Yeah, we got this, come on. Come on. Oh god, fuck. Fuck yeah. Oh, don't fuck this up. Oh, thank God. Got it done. Hell yeah. There we go. Hit the like and subscribe, everybody. Alright, third time's a charm. There's another gold. So, 3 out of the 5 gold. Appreciate everybody. PDX Sim Shop opens up this Friday, or August 29th. It's Friday, this coming Friday. Early access code, capital L, launch. If you want to get in early and just check things out, everything is 10% off. Check it out. Just let me know what you think of it, what it looks like. Sim racing merch. Check it out. PDX Sim Shop. Link in the chat and in the description down below. Early access code, capital L, launch. Alright. 2 more. We're heading in the Ferraris. The Ferraris. 812, super fast. And Todd. I have the racing pads though. As Todd told me they're the carbon ceramics on the 812, but we'll go confirm that. Let's confirm this. So Todd, if you're watching, They don't come with carbon ceramics. Because look. We're going to get the carbon ceramics, though. So now I got carbon. So when you buy the 812, it doesn't come with carbon ceramics. You got to buy them. This comes with basic steel rotors. We're going with the carbon ceramics. Gotta make sure my caliper's red, though, not yellow. Oh, they are. It's got like a highlighter yellow, I got a blue, black. Let's go with white. Let's go with white. Yeah, let's do that. Because red on red, not too big of a fan of too much red. All right, 812 super fast time. What do you guys think of that Vision Gran Turismo Corvette? And then didn't they reveal Opel, the new Opel? I saw at a Gamescom. Opel got revealed. Vision Gran Turismo. And then we got update 1.62 coming up. I believe, next week? Alright, let's see what we got. 5 laps, Trial Mountain. They love this track. They love putting this track in there. I swear this track's in this weekly challenges every week. Oh yeah, baby. Oh shit. God damn. clipped him. God, they slow down so much right there. There, you got some more power. Oh. Love the day transition. Damn. See ya. the blimp in the moon. Yeah, it's so rad. Hell yeah, another one. 4 out of the 5 gold. Love the evening time to nighttime transition, kind of like sunset to nighttime. Love it when they do that. That was fun. Man, this week's shaping up to be really, really good. Really, really good. Late afternoon-ish, going into the evening. Love it. Hell yeah. Alright guys, let's move on to the last one. We're at Monza. Let's see here, 10 laps, Monza. Touring car 800. 7 fuel, 7 tire. God damn. What was it, 800? Man, I don't know what to pick. Thinking I'm gonna pick the Ferrari. I know it'll do good on fuel. It'll do pretty good on tires. And do the mediums. Or get on the hards and go for a no stop, possibly. Do mediums. At least. Where's my Ferrari? So I'm gonna do softs and just fucking try and make some shit happen. I'm gonna have to pit, but alright, this one's gonna be tough. Alright, here we go. Last race of the weekly challenges. Been great so far. See if we can do this. Oh, already getting right in the grass. Oh, Jesus, what the hell is he doing? AI for you. Oh, wow. That wasn't cool. I got to retry that now because of that. Oh, no. Jesus. Park it, buddy. God damn it. Tires are starting to fucking go. Gonna do one more lap. God damn it, right there. Hopefully these guys pit right now. A couple did, one didn't. Damn, asshole. Turn into me. Tires are like gone. Hell yeah. Yeah, that was good. Good week. Good weekly challenges, that's for sure. And another, we got gold on every single one. So that's a plus. My Ferrari. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Damn, this week was good. So I think this week's weekly challenges had fun in the Civic Type R and the Porsches. Evo, I had to do a couple, like 3 times. The third time, I finally got first. That one was tough. The 812 was fun. And the World Touring Car 800. Can't believe it, but this week's a 5 out of 5. I'm giving this week's weekly challenges 5 out of 5. Good job, PD. That was a good week. That was a good week of challenges. Appreciate that. Hit the like and subscribe, everybody. If you're watching, enjoying, hit it. Check out the Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast. New episodes drop every Monday. We got a full lineup coming in September with us sponsoring Season 6 of the NRL League, the Naughty Racing League, over on McNaughty's YouTube channel. If you don't know about McNaughty, go check out his channel. But yeah, it's going to be fun. So we're going to have a lot of interviews coming up with those guys. McNaughty's going to join us. I'm going to release that one on the 15th of September. McNaughty's episode drops, and on the 8th of September, I think it's Slow Mo. He'll be on the show, and then the 22nd, I'll save that for a surprise. And at the end of the month, we got another guest. So yeah, September's full. And then Friday, August 29th, we're going with that. PDX Sim Shop opens up. Go live Friday, August 29th, 10% off everything. If you want to join, check it out now. Early access code is LAUNCH with the capital L. LAUNCH to get in early. Check everything out. Everything's 10%. And yeah, let me know what you think. All right, we're going to check out this time challenge right here. 44, 44, 45, 47. All right, we got the R8. This should be fun. This will be decent. I got to try and get a better time with the RX-7. That one's really fun. I'm enjoying that. So let's load up that Ghost. Alright. Oh, we've been going for 2 hours. Not bad. Alright. Let's get the headset back on and do this time challenge. I'm gonna start getting more into these, doing the time trials. Because I mean, dude, if you can get even silver is $1 million, some good cash. Good cash. Alright, let's do this. you guys watching also race in VR, hit the like button. The VR Mafia. Like that. Alright. Let's see how this is going to turn out. I like this configuration of Seaside too. First gen, alright. What does she rev out to? Okay. It's about 85 hundo. Let's take it easier in there. Oh, yep. That didn't work out. Alright, try this again. No, it's like going from a race car to a street car. It's always a little adjustment. See, I always forget. I gotta brake a lot sooner. God, how does he do that section so fast? Damn it. That section kills me. Damn it, this section right here. Alright, let's go see where I'm at. 45.8. 45.7 for Toby 1. Brownie 44.9. God damn. And damn Dave. Shrek himself 44.8. Damn. Good job, guys. Good job. So we're sitting at a silver right now. We can definitely get that down. Put some more work into it. I'm down. I think I got a silver in the silver in this one too. Just a second off of gold. I need to do that some more. I feel like racing here. Ooh, I've only gotten a 6th. I have to do this. Alright, I'll be right back. I need to pick a car. 5 and 10 times tire. Jesus Christ. Oh, this one is tough. No wonder. Alright. And I think too with this one, what I'm thinking is I had such a good time in the BRZ at Big Willow. Maybe the P1. P1 would be good. Where's the BRZ? Where's my BRZ? Oh, there it is. And then, yeah, I'm gonna just chill on the medium since it's 5 times fuel, 10 times tire, 10 laps, auto topless, 800 or less. We're sitting at a 741 on the mediums. Let's see what we can do. See. I need to go see how many of these I've left. Alright. Oh, hold on. Oh, Jesus. this lap. Get some fresh, got some softs. Those guys gotta pit. You would think. Holy shit. No stop. Damn. That one's tough. So, hard's no stop. I love that track. It's got such a good flow to it. I'm gonna redo that. No stop. No, too much curb. Ooh, come on. Come on. damn it. Fuck. I'm going reverse. There it goes. That was my only chance. That one mistake just fucking killed me.
Hello GT7 brother, how are you doing?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing? Did the weekly challenges. And did a little TTing on the new time trial, the R8, and now I was attempting this race at Autotopolis in the World Touring Car 800, but I made a big mistake, and I don't think I'm gonna get them now. Nope. Maybe if they pit.
I'm doing good. This is Toby1.
What up, Toby1? How's it going, man? I almost had this one. I just really messed it up. Oh, damn curbs. At least he's pitting. Those guys aren't.
I'm enjoying my Saturday.
Oh, damn. Hell yeah. Nice. Me too. It's too hot to be outside, so I'm doing some racing. Man, I know I can do this. This is the last chance. Come on. Can't make any mistakes. Take care of the tires.
Do you have the R34 with the R92 engine swap? Or are you doing this for fun?
Yeah, just doing the touring car 800 and a GT3 car. I like this track, and I need to, I want to get all these done in the series. I don't know if I've done them all, gotten first place, so god damn it. Yeah, I done quite a bit of daily C during the week. So kind of just farting around with the weeklies and some single player game.
The better car for this is the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1.
Oh, yeah. I know I had so much fun driving the BRZ during Big Willow. I'm like, I'll give it a shot. Oh, damn, Nissan. And I've come so close. I got third. But now I'm doing a no stop on hards. Because I know I can do it. Catch these guys.
The BRZ is the best GR3 car for sure.
Yeah, it's a fun one. I never really liked it until Big Willow. I always drive the Ferrari. I also like the R8 Evo. That thing is good. Oh shit. I don't know, I thought I could make that. Ah, man. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, shit. Woo! Oh, man. That was close.
Nice save.
Thank you. Oh, shit.
Are you fuel mapping?
Nope.
Or short shifting?
Tiny bit, not much. BRZ is really good on fuel. God, shit, man.
This is where the HUD we talked about would help.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time.
got this one. Still need retainer, don't mess this up.
Woo! There it is! Goddamn, finally! Shit! Oh, thank you guys. Appreciate you stopping in. Woo! Dude, that one's tough. That one is tough.
Been here, man.
Thank you, RL. Appreciate it. Appreciate the shout outs the other night. Go check out RL, everybody. Go check out the channel. Subscribe. And Toby one. Go check out his channel. All part of the PSVR2 Mafia. VR Mafia in the house. Yeah, this was a fun one, especially in the BRZ. Challenging. Really like driving this car. It'd be dope to buy one of these and kind of, I mean, it wouldn't be great for the street, but I really like that car. That's a good one. Oh, my back hurts. Oh, we've been going 3.5 hours. It's a long one today, boys. That's right. That is right. That is correct. Everyone hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to go into here. 'Cause I want to see. Oh, I'm only 43. Okay, so I've gotten those ones done. And I need to do that one. Need to do better at Barcelona. I haven't even done Lasarth. Oh shit, man, I got quite a bit of these to do. Alright, cool. I'll have to do that. It's 5 o'clock here. We've been going 3.5 hours. I appreciate it, everyone tuning in. I think I'll do maybe later tonight. Late tonight, I'll hop on live stream and we'll start attacking these. We'll start attacking these races here. Hit the like and subscribe. Appreciate it, everyone. Check out the Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast.
It's an easy one.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll knock that one out. We'll do these tonight. RL and Toby one have been guests on the show, so go check out those episodes. Get it wherever you get your podcasts. Hit the notification bell. On this channel here, you'll be notified every Monday when a new episode goes live. All right, man. Appreciate it. Toby won, everyone. Yeah, he was on the last episode. Check it out. Also, the PDX Sim Shop opening up Friday, August 29th, next week. I'm going to give you guys a little code. Early access code is launch with the capital L. Everything is 10% off. Go check it out before everyone else. 10% off. Code or password. Early access is launch, capital L. Check it out. And then, yeah, appreciate it. Going to the GTWS live event in LA in November. So I'm excited for that. I'll be filming that. Check out those videos. That's going to be a fun one, man. I've been wanting to go to one of those events for a long time, so it's cool to actually get to go to one. So yeah, November, Jimbo and I will be going. Hopefully RL, hopefully you'll make it. Stoosman Brown, hopefully you'll be making it. Be hanging out with McNaughty. And also we're sponsoring season 6 starting up this fall of the Naughty Racing League over on McNaughty's channel. Check out McNaughty if you haven't already. It's a great league. We'll be sponsoring it September on the podcast is lined up with interviews from drivers to commentators and McNaughty himself. So you're going to want to check those episodes out. It's going to be fun. Great listen. Appreciate everybody again. Hit the like and subscribe. And we might see you later tonight. I'm going to get a schedule. Hit the like and subscribe. We're getting a schedule. But yeah, if you guys like GT7 and sim racing. So, all right, I'm going to shut the fuck up now. And I'm going to go cook some steak dinner. Some steak dinner and some potatoes.